Hey YouTube, Peterbilt Knife Guy. Today I'm going to be doing a video I'm going to call 5 reasons why the ESEE is a perfect small EDC. Now it might not say that in the description because it's me, but it'll be close to that. But I've had 2 of these guys in my entire career of owning ESEE knives, which has been a while. I was in the first group of people to actually buy ESEE knives. God, when they came out, I can't remember. But when they switched from the Rat series and started making their own, I was always in the ESEE group, if you could say. The ESEE was actually the second ESEE that I ever purchased. The first one was the ESEE 5, then it was the 3, then it was the 4, then it was the Jungless, and on and on and on and on and on. Now, I know they have the ones like the Azula and the Azula 2, but the problem is even with the scales on those, my hands are just too damn big to comfortably carry one of those. Well, to comfortably use one. And that brings us into number 1. Number 1, comfortable. This knife is very comfortable. Even if you have large hands like I do, it still has enough handle to where my hand is on that handle. And like I said, extra large hands, you can choke up on it. It has good jimping and it's just barely there. I mean, you could see it, but it doesn't dig into your fingers or anything. So if you want to choke up on it, I kind of wish the jimping went a little bit more forward, but it doesn't. I guess it'd be good in this position if I was doing it, but it's just a thin, comfortable knife. It just fills out your hand very well. And for the size of the knife, it has a good handle. And that goes for the ESEE also, because they basically have the same handle. It's just the ESEE has a little bit thicker stock. But yeah, these things are very, very comfortable and just easy to use. So that was number 1. They're comfortable. Number 2, they're light and compact. The whole package here comes in at just a hair over 8 inches. I think it's like 8 1/4 overall, with like a 3.5 inch cutting surface, and blade total is just under 4 inches. It's like 3 7/8. That gives you a decent amount of cutting surface to, do whatever you're doing. Food prep tasks, carving, all kinds of stuff. It's just a decent sized knife to where it's not big and scary, but it's not small and incapable at the same time. Yeah. So, yeah, comfortable, light and compact. Next is number 3, excellent blade geometry. This knife is an 1/8 inch thick. It's a pretty thin profile knife, and it has a full flat grind, but it has a very tall full flat grind. Let's see if I can get a tape measure. So what this makes it is it's pretty slicey. So we're looking at, it is about 1.25 inches, which is decent for a small knife. So height wise right here, you're looking at 1.25 inches on this blade. With the full flat grind, that makes it a very slicey knife. And it gets rather wicked sharp too. Very, very sharp. But I mean, that's whatever. But I mean, I imagine for hunting or something like that, these would make excellent little slicers. Food prep, anything like that, good stuff. I imagine if you were just slicing up, things, there's just not much to get in the way, because it is an 1/8 inch profile, full flat grind. Now this texturing, leave it or take it. It doesn't really hinder this knife too much because it's so thin in the first place. But I imagine if you got rid of it and just stripped this guy, it would be much more slicey. But it is very slicey. Next, number 4, it is easy to mod. Now, ESEEs have been around long enough and they've been loved enough to where there is plenty of companies, aftermarket companies, that make scales for them, sheaths for them, all kinds of things. And the cool thing about ESEEs is you can buy just the blade blank. If you want just a blade blank, you can buy it in multiple options. You have stainless. I think there was 2 stainlesses, but right now they're an S35 VN, which, man, would be kick-ass for a little knife like this, for like fishing or just hunting or anything. You don't have to worry about it rusting. So the S35 VN, they have 1095 carbon, which is what this one is. Then scales. Actually, no. Yeah, so you can order just the blade blank, and then they have multiple different colors. They have like Venom Green, they have orange, they have tan, they have all kinds of stuff. They don't offer an uncoated one unless you get the stainless, I believe. But either or, you know, this isn't what I consider a hard use knife. Even though you can hard use this knife, I would say, man, if you were to buy one of these, I would say go with the stainless. You just can't go wrong with S35VN. But yeah, and then it comes to the handles. Multiple different companies. The Knife Connection is a good one. They make so many different handles. Even if this handle is a little too small for you, they make ones that extend past this and give you kind of little finger thing. And it kicks it up a notch, a little fatter. Good choices. You can get micarta, you can get G10, you can get all kinds of stuff. They're very moddable. So if you want a red knife or an orange knife with an orange handle, you know, if you're in the creek a lot and if you drop your knife, you can make it. You want a black one with a black handle so you can do more tactical, you can do it that way. You know, whatever you want, it's available. You just have to look for it. And then the sheaths. This one was purchased without a sheath, and it was because I already had a sheath for it. This is a Carl Thomas leather sheath, but these things, you can get Kydex, you can get leather, you can get like canvas sheaths, you can get whatever you want. I mean, this is just a small knife, so I mean, even sheaths that weren't made for this would probably hold this knife. So yeah, they're extremely moddable and personalized. You personalize them all you want, which is fantastic, and they're not that expensive to get into, and they're very much worth it. And that brings us into number 5. Number 5, and honestly probably the best reason to buy any ESEE knife, is the fact that they are made in the USA and they come with 100%, no questions asked, back you up even if you break it on purpose, warranty. You can't beat that. There's just no way around it. It's the best warranty around. There's no other knife company that stands behind their knives more than ESEE. And if they can do that, what's to even worry about? I was moving my head, but you couldn't see. Anyways, that's my top 5 reasons to buy an ESEE 3 or just an ESEE product in general, but mainly the ESEE 3. Thanks for watching.